What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Subsistence. My name is Splattercat, and we're going to be building some walls today. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I don't know exactly where I can build the walls. My assumption is that I can probably build them. Hold on. All right, so we can rotate things. Didn't realize that part. Okay, so what is it attached to? Like, let's say that we go right there. Is that all right? Is that going to make the game happy? Good. We done made the game happy. Hooray for us! The game has been made happy. Let it always be known as the happy game. So what the shit does this thing do? I'm just going to put it right there for right now. This is now apparently Splattercat's base, which is online with all kinds of cool technological noises. Alright, so we've built ourselves a base. As far as things that we can do here, dispenser slots. Okay. We got all kinds of weirdness going on at the moment. Looks like it takes power to craft some of these things. We've got a refinery. We've got, there's all kinds of little things up in here. We need mass in order to make some of this stuff work. There's a bed right there that's going to take some feathers and some electricity. So I figure cook food, keep your base warm, and render fat into biofuel. The refinery will process raw ore. A small power generator is probably what we want to lean into first, considering we've only got 165. Oh, good. We generate mass, too, though, at the same time. So it looks like it just ticks upwards and does its own thing. Like, the meters are filling. Obviously, I feel like we should probably come up with ways to make this a little bit more efficient, but not too bad. In the next few days, hunters will start moving into the world. Well, that's going to suck. That's going to be really, really, really unfortunate. So let's avoid becoming a victim. We've got a wood wall right there. I've got to get out here, and we've got to do some stuff. So let's have a productive day, shall we? We've got things to accomplish, things to take care of. I will be chopping trees and doing all kinds of important business in this episode, hopefully getting ourselves up to the point where we will have many of the random little resources that the game wants us to have, stuff like the biofuel generators and things along that line, stuff that allows us to basically make firearms. Because if we can't make guns, I've got a sneaking suspicion we're going to get our asses kicked when the hunters show up. Got some medical supplies over there. Sounds good to me. We should be sitting on a whole bunch of meat steaks and other random stuff, too, as far as our food supply goes. I guess the hunters will build bases. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go, but I guess they move in and they start building little cities and stuff like that, and then you've got to come up with ways to, like, raid them and kill them and take them out and whatnot. Is that a protein bar? Oh, cool. Fantastic. Because I could use a protein bar. Let's go ahead and take care of business here. It sounds like we made a friend. It definitely sounds like we have a fuzzy amigo behind us. One of Teddy's old children. So I'm just going to run in a direction and hope that we make it. I think the best way to get rid of him is probably to do some ish like that. Force him to run around the outside of something. We don't have the ammunition to kill this sumbitch. So I wouldn't hang around for too long. I will, however, take medicinal herbs. I don't know if they're going to move down into the valley first or if they're going to move up into, like, this area first. He's still on us, so we'll have to watch out for that, too. But I'm interested in grabbing crates for right now and getting fibers. Crates and fibers are really all I care about. Oh, good. It gave me a dot to get back to my base now, too. Very, very nice. I didn't even realize that until it put it down, but now we know how to get back home, which allows us to scavenge much, much further than we could previously. I'm going to try and get my hands on some raw ore. This ore gets sick. This ore gets raw. This ore hits you in the dome with a handful of awe. I will also grab, if that's iron right there, I will take that 100%. I think that's iron. Doesn't have the color of zinc. Zinc should be slightly bluish. Yeah, oh, it's potassium. Okay. All right, so apparently we have a superior source of potassium. The rest of the world can look on us in awe and say, hey, we wish we had potassium like your potassium. And we'll say, yeah, but you don't. So be jealous of our potassium. So how far away does the dot count from? Like forever? Like, is there a maximum range that we get our dot at? I think that must be the situation. Otherwise, ooh, ammo crate down here. We are low on bullets. We are low on bullets. How much did that protein bar help out? Not very much at all, but we've got steaks and stuff in our inventory. So even if it didn't help out much, we'll have time to, like, get some cooking going pretty soon in the future. We've got 2 bullets right there and some more casings. Very nice. I will throw some of that together so that we have access to a little bit more shootiness. Like bang, bang, bang. You know, sometimes the enemy got to get took out. Sometimes they got to get dealt with. A little bit of fibers right there. That is one of the big things that we're looking for right now. There is a lot of resource acquisition in this game. If we could automate certain aspects of this, I think I would feel a lot better. And my guess is that later on when we have planter boxes and stuff like that, maybe we'll be able to grow the fiber plants and things so that we don't have to really worry about it. I also wish there was a readout for your pistol that told you how many rounds you have outside of the clip or outside of the magazine so that you know how many reloads you have available to you while you're just kind of running around doing your thing. I'm going to mess with chickens for right... Actually, I probably should. We need access to feathers. So killing chickens is probably important. But there's a bear right there, and there's no guarantee that the chicken won't run straight to the bear. And if that happens, we'll just be out of a resource. So I'm going to hold off on it for right now. Give me a little bit of this. A little bit of that. I know that there's a wolf over on this side, but I think I should be able to get inside this medicinal pouch without any problem. So we got a little bit more biofuel so that we have access to more med kits. That's very, very good. I see another fiber plant down here. Can I still see my bead? Yeah, I can still see my bead. Good stuff. I'm happy about it. Building that little thing, I probably should have focused on that a lot sooner in my playthrough so that I would have a way to find my way home should things go kind of wrong. Fiber plant over on this side. I am going to take that without a moment's hesitation. Good. And with the fiber plants right now, let's sit down and make sure that the cordage is getting made while I'm sitting here because we need that. We need it very, very badly. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to finish off the walls and get ourselves any cover from the bandits who are about to join our map. More fibers right there. Hopefully some free cordage out of this chest. I do think the map needs stuff added to it, too. Like, it needs, like, little military bases. It needs, like, buildings and, like, little towns and cities and stuff like that. If it's ever going to become a game that's anything. I know they're trying to keep ground space clear because I think the ultimate intent is basically just to turn this into a Rust clone. It seems like that's what they're working towards, maybe, because the multiplayer button is there. And one thing that I've learned about being a survival gamer is that if you have something you like, it will inevitably turn into a Rust clone. And so my guess would be that they're trying to keep the developed space empty so that people will have room to build like big bases and compounds and make alliances and stuff like that. But having like cities and stuff that you can build inside of is pretty cool too. Like being able to build on top of a skyscraper or along the side of like an apartment building or something like that. To me, that just seems really, really awesome. Like that would be the way that people would retrofit stuff anyways. Like, do you start from scratch in a survival situation? Or do you utilize the stuff that's already there and just kind of add extra things onto it to make your life a little bit more easy and give you access to the stuff that you need? I think you would go with the second choice almost 100%. I thought I saw an ammo crate over here somewhere. There it is. I knew I saw one on the side. If I can get some more shell casing. Oh, never mind. That's a medical crate. Oh, no, that's an ammo crate. Good stuff. Got 5 more bullets on the side. We've almost picked up an entire clips more. Hopefully the enemy bandits are not as resilient as like the wolves and shit are. Otherwise, this is going to be a really, really bad day as we get just like shot to all hell and back. It's going to be ugly if that's the way that it plays out. I really need more brass. I've got plenty of gunpowder. I need like a box that just gives me like 4 or 5 brass so I can get going on some of the bullets. We've got a wolf right there, a bear right there. I don't think we have much of a choice but to take that guy out. Unfortunately, that's just the way she plays. It's just the way she plays. I didn't want to use that much ammo either. So that kind of sucks. We got a shotgun shell in there. Can I disassemble it for like casings or anything? Well, 3 bullets. I mean, it didn't use up everything we had, but it used up something. What I'd like to do is let's get down in here. We're going to butcher this guy. We might as well be getting every single bit of resources out of everything we kill. So there we go. A little bit more cloth. Another meat steak, which is pretty cool. Can these go bad? I don't know if they can. I hope that they can't. If they go bad, that's definitely going to be a problem with which we are going to have to grapple. But for right now, I'm just not going to think about it. We got bit by the wolf, but our health is looking okay. So we're not in too bad a shape. With the blueberries available, a little bit of scrap metal right there. My hope is that we can convert... I don't like having the low ground right now. And having the low ground means that I can't properly survey the land for useful shit. Let me get a little bit more wood, and we're going to get it from a far-off place so that tonight, if we have to, we can get outside the base and start chopping stuff down. But I want 4 walls around me by the end of tonight. Sincerely, I really, really, really do. Looks like we've got like a full-on animal pack over there off to the side. I'm going to avoid that to the best of my abilities. A little bit more wood to be had. Sounds like I may not have much of an option, though. I would also add a tree falling animation. Just me. Instead of having the trees as like receptacles that you just loot shit out of. Fibers and blueberries. A little bit of zinc over here. We are going to have a hell of a time just refining all of this shit once we finally get ourselves settled. Perfect. A little bit more iron ore. Ooh, and a loot crate chest over there. Yes, please. 2 of them. So we go out this way. Nah, shit on me. He's on us. I think that's honestly like one of the only ways to lose these little bastards. Just go up and over stuff. And just hope that he can't stick with you. There we go. Oh, he's still on us. Man, he's tenacious. He wants it. Oh, good. And we're out of... We are out of stamina. So that's going to be that. I'm also going to have to use... Let's say I use a med kit. Does that get rid of bleeding? It does not? Okay. Shit. Gotta waste some of my cloth on a bandage. That sucks. I don't want to waste some of my cloth on a bandage. That seems like a big-ass waste to me. Oh, well. Get a little bit back, and we got that thing's liver out, so that'll work. Oh, I had a bandage? I didn't know that I had a bandage. Well, shitty, Maka. We got 5 bullets left, and that's all we got. We pull a few more wolves, and we're going to be sitting on the precipice of just, like, disarmament, and it's going to suck, because we don't have a whole lot of ways to, like, beat any of these challengers. They made it so the melee weapons are positively just, like, 100% ineffective. They don't do anything. I would actually scale the damage upwards a little bit on the melee weapons so that maybe you can kill a wolf. If you take a lot of damage, you can kill a wolf off with a weapon. Or maybe add, like, a parry mechanic or something like that, or, like, a knockback mechanic. Add a little bit of complication to the melee system, basically, and then make it possible to melee down a wolf. Definitely not a bear, but, like, at the cost of resources, like bandages and stuff like that, you should be able to kill a wolf with your bare hands. I'm sorry, not with your bare hands, but with a weapon. Man, now I lost track of those crates and stuff we were running by, too. Damn. Those would have been really, really useful, too. I really hope that bear's not messing with me right now. If he is, this is going to suck. So what's my stamina doing right now? I'm just hungry. Yeah, he's still on us. Go ahead and eat all the apples, please. There we go. I managed to ditch him. Let me grab this ammo crate because you never know if there's going to be a whole bunch of shells in there. And it's something. That's the best that I could promise for right now, is that we've got something out of there. We're now regenerating too, which I think is positively fantastic. We've picked up a lot of fibers. We picked up a lot of random stuff today, and so having a beacon that just takes us back to our base, I think is going to be one of the major boons that sets us apart as a survivalist, allows us to get back to our home point, regardless of what happens. I've been really terrified about getting lost over the last couple episodes. I just don't want to. I would prefer it not go down like that. Don't really see anything useful from here. Although my hope was that I would see some crates or something. There's one right there. Got ourselves another one. It's basically crate looting simulator right now. And I like that about it, actually. It scratches a strange itch for me. It really sincerely does, just opening crates over and over again and just seeing what roulette gives you. Just be like, ooh, I can see how Steam makes a shit ton of money off of, like, CSGO keys and shit right now. Because it's enjoyable. Sometimes you get something awesome. Sometimes you don't. But every single time you get the thrill of the open. I do think that I have, like, gambleaholic tendencies. That's why I stay away from slot machines and casinos and stuff like that. Because I really, 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 really do like to roll the dice and, like, just see how it comes up. It's one of the main attractors for me when it comes to tabletop gaming, too. It's just that I very, very, very much like just chance, rolling dice, flipping coins, seeing what happens. All right, we got ourselves a full clip right there. Very, very nice. A full magazine for all the gun purists out there. Since guns nowadays don't tend to use stripper clips. A little bit more wood to be had. How are we sitting on top of us? So we got 21 of those. I'm going to say that planking these out is like 100% probably the best thing that we can do. So let's plank out a whole bunch of them. We are going to need extra wood for tonight when we start a fire so we can keep ourselves warm. I definitely don't want to be in a position where we freeze to death. So I'm going to do my best to knock down some trees real fast and have like maybe 10 wood on standby so that we can fill up a campfire to full. Inflame that campfire in a seductive way that it has never been inflamed previously. We want it to be absolutely just puffing with anticipation, that fire. That dear sweet fire, that sexy fire, that nasty fire. You don't know about that fire. That fire has got quite the reputation out here. You may not have heard about it just because you're not a fire aficionado. An aficionado, that's a new word. It's like an aficionado of an especially high rank. Aficionado. Or it's just aficionado with a yo added onto the end. Because why not? The battle cry of my people. Yo! Everybody needs a battle cry. Everybody's got to have one of those locked down. Alright, so for tonight, how many of these trees have been taken care of? Hardly any. That sounds great to me. Let's do it. Nice. Based off what we have right now, we've got an extra bullet, some shotgun shells, 12 wood should get us through the night, I think, so that we can cook up some food and get our protein levels all taken care of. In fact, I should probably get on top of that soon. We need sticks. Or for a fire starting kit, we need, 2 sticks. So craft me some sticks, please. And while we wait for that to do its thing, because we do have a lot of crafting queued up right now. I'm going to try and keep a lot of this. Is there a bear right next to our base? It looks to me like there's a bear right behind that tree in front of our base, but I'm not totally sure. I could be wrong. It just seemed like there was for a second. We are inside of Splattercat's base right now. Hooray. Do I have any matches left? Out of curiosity, I do. I have matches, so actually, I don't need to craft these. I'm going to cancel both. We have an ignition source, so why panic about it? Cordage. Make me another one. That'll give us an even amount. That'll get us started on making walls. I will also plank out further wood. Man, we really need to find like a consistent source to get us way, way, way more cordage. Cordage is kind of a rough spot to be in right now. It's a tough plant to get enough of because you need 4 of it to really make one wall. It's getting colder, but I think we have a little bit more time. I'm going to spend it looking for things that are useful. Shit. I don't think he's on us. I think he's just following us. And until he gets inside of a certain radius, we should be good. Alright. I'm gonna, actually, give me that scrap metal too, because at this point we don't even know what scrap metal is going to be useful for. I assume we're going to turn it into something awesome a little bit later, but for right now I really have no inclination. Let's make ourselves some walls. Throw down on that. Well, there it is. 3 more walls. We'll get those placed. That'll have us mostly surrounded by safe ground. On this side, I'm going to take some of this. We will fuel up that fire. That'll leave us with 1 left over. I will also take a moment to briefly consider drinking that. We're not that hungry anymore right now, so I think we'll be all right. But we definitely need to ignite this thing, so let's take a match. And we'll ignite that fire. Let me get some protein cooking. And that looks pretty good to me. We'll start rotating off some of these walls. I really like the fact that they've taken the walls and they've made it so it tells you what the rotating key is. Like when I know the floor is off right there. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. That's a test for all of my viewers right there to see how obsessive compulsive you are. My guess is pretty obsessive compulsive given my experience here on the internet. Pretty obsessive compulsive. But hey, at least you're pretty, right? At least you're pretty. You could be ugly obsessive compulsive. I mean, it could be completely and totally different. So we've got walls built right here. Looking pretty solid to me. With a little bit of time left. How are we looking on these steaks? Are these even kind of cooked yet? They're slightly cooked. Good. Glad to see it. Haven't had an opportunity to use any of this ash yet. I'm assuming at some point it will become useful to me, but for right now, no idea. If we have nails, I'm not really sure what we need the cordage for. Just a thing that I've kind of thought about here. Oh man, it went rotten before I could cook it. I wasn't expecting that. Is it possible to cook the rotten out? I bet it's not. So we've got a cooked steak. I'm going to eat that right now to get protein levels back up and topped off. Wow, none of the protein sources really help out that much, do they? I mean, considering the amount of resources that goes into it, I suppose I'll just throw that out then. There's no reason to have it inside of our inventory. Can I disassemble that? I was hoping I could disassemble the gun for maybe extra parts or something, but I guess not. That's cool. That's cool. Nothing to talk about there. We will chop trees, we will get wood, and we will call it a day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Subsistence, where I'm having a pretty good time. Hanging out. A little grindy as far as the resources go, which leads me to believe this is intended to be a multiplayer game, because if you got like 3 or 4 people chopping down resources, I think this would actually go pretty quickly. But aside from that, having a good time with it so far. I think the game is pretty cool. I'm hoping they develop the single-player aspect of it as well, so that, you know, people like me that don't necessarily like playing on grief-fest servers where every night you come back and your shit is broken can have something to do with the game too. That's always my cautionary tale there, is not everybody enjoys rebuilding everything every single day. And when I played Rust, that's exactly how it is. Like, even if you build your base really, really intelligently, it's only a matter of time before 10 guys with an endless supply of C4 decide to come through and, like, raise the whole thing to the ground. So anyways, I'll see y'all next time. This is Subsistence. Get the game for yourself down below. We'll probably come back in the morning time. Maybe I'll farm out a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. How you do, everybody?